Hello Capricorn, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Tori Hartman. Katrina Sokolova did the artwork, though I believe her name is below the word tarot if you want to see how it's spelled. Supportive Oracle, websites are torihartman.com and watkinspublishing.com if you want to check out more information. The supportive Oracle deck I'm using is Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by also Tori Hartman. This one's illustrated by Gretchen Risch Baskin. Websites look like they're pretty much the same on the back, torihartman.com. This one does have watkinspublishing.co.uk. Feel free to freeze frame on anything on the back there if you're interested. Okay, what do we have for Capricorn? Someone feels protected by you. Alright, so somebody feels protected by you. So, this connection you have with whoever this is, I'm going to say something very obvious here. Capricorn upholds to their responsibilities. If you've decided something is your responsibility, you have your hand on it very tightly and you're not going to let go of that until you see appropriate, if you decide that's appropriate, and you're going to make very well sure if that, like, before you let anything like that go, you're going to make sure you're at peace with it before anything like that happens. Somebody feels protected by you. So where are we going with this? That seems to be like, I feel like the point, maybe something needs to upgrade a little bit. Because, yeah, whatever this is, whoever this is, because I'm getting for some of you, this might be somebody that's younger, noticeably younger, or maybe it's a parent. It's somebody where I feel like either that parent-child, or even like you're the child and they're the parent, and there's this sense of responsibility, kind of like they're always going to be some sort of responsibility for me. They're always going to matter. I'm always going to have to make sure they're okay. I'm always going to look out for them one way or another. It's just how it is, which is not bad. But there might be the need to redefine something here, because this person does feel very protected by you, but I feel like they're not evolving properly. Can we get a little bit more about, we got the Nine of Pentacles and the perception. They're not as self-sufficient as they think they are. Ace of Fire. The Hermit card keeps coming out. Came out on the dice, showing up on your side. Somebody, the Hermit card comes in like half in, half out. They think they're more in control of something than they actually are. They think they're more self-sufficient. The thing is, you do keep picking up the pieces, or at the very least, you give them a heads up, like, hey, before you do that, you know, make sure you take care of this first. Or it's almost like a bill's like starting to go to the wayside. You're like, before that's late, make sure you pay that. Or it's kind of like, before that happens, make sure you go. Oh, it's, you know, isn't it time for you to go to work? Not for a couple hours, but maybe you want to get your stuff together and get cleaned up so that you can leave on time and get there. It's like you are picking up the pieces. You are kind of helping. And I don't think they realize how much your connection to them is really keeping them on point. They think they're more self-sufficient than they actually are. You are a very big piece of their success. It's part of this is whoever you are feeling you have responsibility for, you might be looking at this, though, that it's maybe just not time to change how you connect. At the same time, though, I feel like you're not really addressing it either. You're comfortable. And it's kind of nice knowing that this person does need you. On the other hand, though, there's going to be a point where they need to be able to do this on their own. They need to kind of advance something. And it may seem weird in some cases, but I feel like there's something that they need to kind of do things more on their own. This isn't good for you or them, the way this is going, but it may feel comfortable, if that makes sense. You're holding on and you're not gonna let go, but I feel like you're maybe directing this more than you really. I feel like if you really sit down and think about it, it's not good. I feel like you're directing this more than you should be, and this person needs to be more self-sufficient. Because I feel like whatever it is, I feel like you're taking on too much responsibility. At the very least, you should be sharing the responsibility to somebody else, with somebody else. You seem to have, like, I feel like you keep looking at this like, well, this is my responsibility. Even though I feel like you're not totally happy that you have to keep doing these things. But again, I keep getting that sense of responsibility. Yeah, but it's my responsibility, so I'm going to do it. I keep getting it. It keeps playing over and again, over and again, over and again. My responsibility. This is my responsibility. This is my responsibility, and I uphold my responsibilities. Yes, you clearly, yes. I don't feel like anybody who understands Capricorn would argue that. Capricorn is extremely responsible. Once you've decided it's your responsibility, you will be there. But I'm also getting like this is going on way too long. It's kind of like something that's not maturing. The Seven of Pentacles is kind of like I don't see any end in sight. It's kind of like we should be seeing, some buds show up on the tree. Those buds should be turning into fruit, but it's kind of like the buds show up on the tree, but then they just don't germinate. They don't become fruit. It's kind of like the buds kind of show up, and then they kind of fall off. And then more buds show up, and then they kind of fall off. We're stuck in the Seven of Pentacles. It's kind of like, no, those buds, when they fall off, they're supposed to turn into fruit. It's like an apple tree. It's like we have the buds, the flowers go away, and it's like, how come, like, they're just gone. No apples are starting, no nothing. And it's kind of like we've kind of accepted that that's how it is. And it's almost like, okay, is it just there's not enough nutrients in the soil? Did something happen? Was it a bad year? I don't know, but I'm going to keep nurturing the tree. Maybe next year. Nope, didn't happen this year. Okay, maybe next year. Okay, nope, not this year. Okay, maybe next year. And I feel like I'm just not willing to give up on the tree. I'm like, well, it's pretty. It's not producing what it should be, but it's still pretty, and I'm not going to give up on it. And I feel like I try to help where I can, but I'm used to doing what I'm doing. Well, there's abundance here, by the way. This person, whoever this is, can have a much more lucrative, much more fulfilling role here. They could be a lot happier. The truth is they are kind of struggling, but it's because they're not owning the situation like they should. That's why they're struggling. They're used to the way things are going too. They've got the Knight of Pentacles going on here. And they're stuck. They got the Hanged Woman with the Knight of Pentacles. They're stuck in the pattern. They're stuck in this rut, the way they're handling things. They could have success. Things could be better. They got abundance is waiting for them, but not the way they're currently handling it. They're not going to achieve that success with the way things are currently going. And they're not stepping out of it. The thing is, you do care. You do definitely care. You're not really sure what to do with them, but you got the Knight of Cups for them, and you got the Moon card, which is a lot of emotion. I'm not really sure where they're going to go. I'm not really sure what to do with them, but I do care about them. I feel like you do want more success for them. When I'm feeling this, clearly, responsibility is extremely important, but I also feel like for them to actually succeed and to do better and to be happier would mean more to you. If we could move it forward so they could be happier, it means a lot more to you. So how do we move that forward? I don't know. I think I know, but I'm gonna roll the dice on this because I'm seeing some cards over here. It's very ironic how moving this forward, because I feel like we need to watch. You got the Ace of Pentacles. That makes sense to me. It's kind of going along with what I was thinking. And the Tower card with the Ten of Wands. Vanity or vain? Vanity. And the Victim. Controlled failure. Oh, that seems... Okay, so it's almost like if you keep reminding them when to go somewhere, when to get up, stuff like that. Try to not remind them until like the last second. Like, put it in your mind, like, how long can I go to before I remind them and they'll still be able to do it? Or it's almost like if you remind them, it's like maybe you remind them to get up at the right time. You get up at 6, they're supposed to get up at 6:30. We're just going to say for argument's sake. So start waking them up at 6:45 so they got to rush a little more. Oh, I forgot, I got so busy. Oh, I forgot. I mean, obviously you're more on the ball than that, but if you keep doing that, things are going to change. They're going to start feeling uncomfortable. If that doesn't seem to work, maybe start setting their alarm. I don't like that idea either. I don't know, I feel like if we just start making it more uncomfortable, like you remind them or you help them, but you're purposely making it more uncomfortable for them, and then meter out, like, all right, I'm going to let them fail. You've like made up your mind, this one day I'm just not going to wake them up. I've made up my mind, I'm not going to do it, and we're going to see what happens. So because I'm thinking maybe if it's a job, all right, they're usually on time. If they are late once, that won't be the end of the job, but that should be uncomfortable enough so maybe they look at this differently and they realize that they have to. So you deciding, like, I'm not going to wake them up, I'm not going to do it, and we're going to see what happens. If you can do that, this is like controlled failure, like you making your mind up, like, I'm not going to do that, and we're going to see how it plays out. It seems like that's kind of hard for you, but it's almost like the Tower card coming in, the Ace of Pentacles, slowly like pulling back and just not doing the things that this person is just taking for granted or just expecting of you. Slowly but surely just pulling these things back and just seeing what they do with it. I feel like that starts changing their perception, and it's a struggle because I feel like they're kind of going to push it back on you, like, you're supposed to wake me up, Capricorn, and I feel like you're going to snap back immediately, like, no, it's not my job for you to get up on time to go to your work. You need to get up. You need to set that. I've been telling you that you need to set that, and you're the one that doesn't want to. It's not my responsibility to make sure you go to work on time. It's hard for you at the same time, but once you start going down that path, you won't let go, and you will get it. You will keep it going. I feel like for you, it's just starting down this path, and I feel like the person giving the pushback, you're going to hear it immediately, like, that's not right. That's not my responsibility to make sure you get up on time. It's your responsibility. And when they push back, even though you love them, that's going to annoy you, and it's going to egg you on to keep going and to keep disconnecting and to make this person more self-sufficient. When they do, that's when, the more they get down that road, they're going to find actual success. That's where they're going to get their actual abundance. It's difficult. They're fighting it tooth and nail. But once you get them to a point where they're self-sufficient, that's when they have their true success. And that's what you want for this person. I get very much that you definitely care about them. But it's kind of like, I feel like the point of this reading is that the way it's going right now, it doesn't look like they're headed that way anytime soon. And you may not be there when they finally do. So the way it's going is kind of like, as long as you're there to pick up the pieces, they're always going to rely on that. Somebody has to move things forward. And at this point, it doesn't seem like it's them. But you can help them get better success in their life by pulling back and forcing them, like controlled failure. I keep creating these moments of controlled failure where you can, like, all right, I'm not going to do that, and let's see what happens. And then I'm going to push it on them that they need to do that. And I'm going to keep doing that for all these pieces of their life. Slowly but surely, I'm going to keep disconnecting because I want them to have actual success. I don't want them depending on me and living a half-life because they're depending on me to live half their life for them. They need to have complete control so they can move forward and get what they want out of life. And I feel like this would actually make you a lot happier in the long run. This is a plan that you can live with, that you will be happy with the outcome. It's ironic that it's controlled failure, but I feel like it makes sense for the people that's supposed to make sense for. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.